Alright, today, so we're going to try something a little different. Yesterday my camera got blurry and all of that, so I just want to see what it's going to look like and how y'all would like if I recorded it and then stopped it as I need to. Alright, so we have distributive property, and what distributive property is nothing more than whatever number you have on the outside, you have to distribute or multiply that by everything on the inside. Alright, so now you will see in your must read for the new term guidelines that I would like for you to show your work exactly how I'm doing it on the board when you get to your classwork and when you are actually writing this on your paper. So if I have 3 times 8 plus 2, first thing I want to do is multiply 3 times 8, and then I will multiply 3 times 2. So I will draw my arrow from the 3 to the 8, and I will write 3 times 8. Because this is a plus sign, I need to bring it down. Then I will draw my arrow from the 3 to the 2. So this is saying 3 times 2. Now, if you double check, you have 3 times 8 plus 3 times 2. So the step after this is fairly simple. Just multiply 3 times 8 is 24 plus 3 times 6. 3 times 2, which is 6. If you add them, you will get 30. Alright? Now, if you wanted to check this, you can use PEMDAS. Do the parentheses first, 8 plus 3, 8 plus 2, which is 10, times 3, and that would still give you 30. However, I still want you to work it out this way. Okay? So if we look at number 2, we have the same thing, 2 times 9 minus 11. So I will do the same thing, draw the arrows. It's important, box your answer. It's important that you draw your arrow. So if I have 2 times 9, I'm going to write it. Plus, minus, right? Because it's a minus sign. 2 times 11. Double check yourself. 2 times 9 minus 2 times 11. So it's 18 minus 22, which gives you negative 4. And I want to box my answer. So at this time, I want you to do number 3. It's at the top right. I'm going to give you some time. So when you are doing this, I want you to pause the video. Pause number 3. Pause the video and complete number 3. And then when you are ready to resume, just press play. So, being that you've already solved the the problem, and pause the video, and you're press play, you're ready to move on, okay? Again, this is my first time doing this, so don't laugh, okay? So, we have 3.5 times 17 minus 4. So we're going to draw arrows to the first number like we always do. When the number is on this side, we don't draw it to the second number, we draw it to the first number. So here, 3.5 times 17. You have to keep the numbers in the parentheses in order. So we got 3.5 times 17 minus what? Okay, 3.5 times 4. 3.5 times 17 minus 3.5 times 4. Why did I use the minus sign? Because it's a minus sign in the problem. Why is it 3.5? Because that is what's on the outside. You can do it with the decimal. Okay? Why does 17 go first? Because 17 goes first here. So then I just multiply. Let's calculate 3.5 times 17. That gives us 59.5 minus, let's see, now I got 3.5 times 4. That is 14. If I subtract those two, I get 45.5. Boom. Okay. So next we have something different. We have negative 14 times j plus 3. Now if you notice something different, it's the variable. So ask yourself, what is a variable? Alright, so by now you should have said that a variable is an unknown number. So it's an alphabet that takes place of an unknown number. So we can't just simply add this unknown number plus 3. because we don't know what the unknown number is, right? So we're gonna do our same steps. Negative 14 times j. Then we're gonna write it. Negative 14 times j. So you cannot add a variable or subtract it or divide it, but you can multiply a variable and a number, okay? Plus negative 14 times 3. Oh, and all these parentheses mean we're just multiplying. So you can write it as 3 times 8, 3 times 8, or you can do 3 times 8. All of these mean the exact same thing. Okay? So if we simplify what we've written, we have negative 14j. Negative 14 times j is negative 14j plus, we got negative 14 times 3. Grab the handy dandy calculator. Which give you negative 42. Okay? Now, it is very simple if you listen right now. Okay? You cannot combine these. This is your final answer. The reason you cannot combine these is because they are unlike terms. If one has a variable and the other one does not have that same variable, they are not like terms. So if this was negative 42j, then you combine it. So do not tell me that the answer is negative 56j. That is not it. This is your final answer. It looks different because we're just not getting into it, but this is your final answer. So now if we look at number 5, we have negative 2 times s minus 2. Negative 12 times s minus 2. So tell me, what do I do first? And if you need to pause it to think about it, it's okay to pause it. So I'm guessing you said something right. We're going to multiply negative 12 times s. That'll give me negative 12 times s. Then I'm going to bring down a minus sign or a plus sign. Okay, a minus sign. And why is that? Because that's what I see in the problem. So what I do next? Okay, I multiply negative 12 times 2. Now I can just solve. Negative 12 times s is negative 12s minus negative 12 times 2. Make sure you have your 2 minus sign. Negative 12 times 2, negative 24. So this is an answer. However, I can simplify this one way. When we see this, what does that mean to do? What does this mean to do? Minus parentheses, negative sign. That means that I have to add. So that is negative 12s plus 24. You will see this on one of your classwork assignments. You will see one of these types of problems on your classwork assignment. So let's make sure that you watch this. When you have these 2 negative signs, 2 minus signs, whatever you want to call them, they go hand in hand, you add. So now I want you to try the last one, number 6. We have 8 minus 15 times 20. So once again, I would like for you to pause it so you can work it out. Do not press play and go on. It's very important that you know how to do these on your own. Okay? So, boom, back into it. We have 8 minus 15 times 20. First things first, I'm the realist. No. So I have 20 times 8 minus 20 times 15. So we wanted to go ahead and solve this and simplify. We have 20 times 8, which is 28. So whenever you multiply a variable by a number, you just put them together. Minus 20 times 15 is 300. And that is the final answer. I didn't box this one. So, just to recap, when you are doing distributive property, You want to make sure that you are multiplying what's on the outside by everything on the inside. I should see your arrows. I should see when you multiplied, when you got the answer from multiplying. I should see your final answer, and it should be boxed. Alright, that's all we got today. Hit me up on Snapchat, hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm just playing. Alright, but this is what we got today. Distributive property.